So, for those of you who don't know, something that was kind of brought up into this whole Colleen Ballring or Miranda Sings debate, even though it's very much outside of the debate, in my opinion. Noah Samsen made a video about it. Copy paste commentary channels. A lot of people this is pretty big news. Miranda Sings is like a pretty big name when it comes to like YouTube. So like this whole controversy, all these allegations, this video that she was in, it very much has sprung up a lot of conversations, and a lot of commentary people are, they're gonna be watching it, they're gonna be keeping a close eye on it, and they're gonna voice their opinions on it. Well, a lot of people, well, at least a couple people, have been kind of using this as being like, oh, all these commentary channels are the same, they're just clones of themselves. But we're going to cover a little video that Noah made in response to this. So let's check it out.
Some real self-indulgent meta commentary. We're talking about content that talks about content that talks about content. So if you're into that sort of crap, strap in. And if you're not, okay, hi or bye. I don't know. There's this tweet on Twitter from twitter.com from @MiaIsDivorced that says, "Is there an official style guide for commentary YouTube?" And then in it we have 4 screenshots of some different thumbnails from different YouTubers, all of them about the Colleen Ballinger situation, and all of them the same thumbnail. The content creator, big, and all.
I mean, yeah, that is a fair assessment. They all very much look the same. They even got, except for Gabby's, they all got like the white outline, really printing them out. Very similar reaction faces, except for this guy right here. He's just like, he just looks disappointed. But the rest of them just like, they have what I like to call the YouTube O face, where they're just like, oh, what?
And on the left of the thumbnail, making some wacky face. This fucking idiot going, oh, this person, Gabby Bell, going, oh, I can't believe she said that. Oh, I can't believe she did that. Green is not nigger, Nick is not green, going, oh. And then we have Jake Doolittle going, you messed up. Yellow text with dramatic crap on it. She made a song? I'm losing my mind. I am speechless, bro. What are you doing? So what's going on here? Well, basically they're getting my ass. They're getting everybody's rear end because we're getting roasts online for being copy-paste YouTubers. And whose fault is that? Well, it's Mia Cole's. The person who posted this tweet, Mia Cole. She exposed us. She emasculated us. She made us look bad and silly. Get her out of here. Kick her out. I'm just playing. Mia's great. She's a friend of the show, and she's got a great channel. And this tweet is just pointing out the stylistic similarities. Those ugly-ass thumbnails is one of the reasons why I got bored of commentary channels and upgraded to video essays. Okay, that is totally valid, and I agree with you, and I hear you, and I see you, and I think that's good. I sincerely hope nobody over the age of 13 is watching videos like this. Can't watch YouTube anymore because every YouTuber is just some guy, and why should I care about what they have to say? You missed a girl. And also, that's mostly true though, actually. Commentary YouTubers die again. They either gave us the worst take on something or recycle the same exact opinion that everyone else has. In defense of these videos, they say different stuff. So they do say, wow, that apology was bad, but they also say different stuff. I'd go watch them. Why not? I'll leave them linked below. But that's not the point of this video. I'm not here to defend the sanctity of any content. So why am I talking about this? What's going on here? Well, first of all, I thought it'd be fun. But second of all, I want to just pull the curtain back a little bit and talk about, formatting on YouTube, how this sort of content fits into the broader YouTube ecosystem, and specifically as it relates to this whole Colleen Ballinger stuff that happened like 3 days ago. When this ukulele video dropped, I have never seen YouTube look like this. A zombie horde frothing at the mouth. YouTubers crawling and scratching and trying to get the content about it as soon as possible. Because it was super trending, it was a wild video to watch, and everybody immediately gave their take to the point where we got FOMO. It's FOMO. For people that upload content frequently, it's a trending topic. Which brings us back to these goobers right here. I'm just kidding, these are all friends of the show. To clear up any misconceptions, these are done obviously for the algorithm.
It's very similar to like when it was like 2015 YouTube, 2014 YouTube, where like putting boobs or someone's butt in a video would like be clickbait because that would help drive more engagement into the channel and the video itself. Like, it's just there to grab people's attentions. You want a good image, and seeing someone be like, and something like that with like a quote or something about the video or what the person said in the video, it's gonna drive, attention, and especially with commentary channels, it's the same like thing with gaming channels. Like if you do gaming channels, you are more than likely going to take like a screenshot of the video game itself, put in like some text or something, mostly like of the title of the game and what part you're on. Maybe there will be like someone in the corner giving like a reaction or like a logo. It's just it's what people do. It's very much like if people are in the same category of content creators, like commentary, they're gonna share similar thumbnails and very similar styles of doing things. But the whole thing about it is that they're all different people. It's not like a collective mind. Maybe, yeah, they'll come over to the overall same conclusion with one another, but they have very different opinions on it. Like, I remember when the whole Kick and Twitch situation was going on. Ryan Beard, someone who I follow and watch, had a very different opinion than what I had, and then what like Nick is Not Green had as well, where he was like very much he wasn't like in support of Kick, but he was very much like, oh, we shouldn't just label people who work for Kick as bad people. Where if Nick is Not Green, he was very much on the side of like, if you work for Kick, or if you if you work for Kick, you are driving your audience to a gambling site indirectly, and that is a bad thing, and you shouldn't be doing that. But like, those two have collabed so many times. They had like a podcast together, and they do a very similar type of content. I think Ryan kind of does a little more video essays. I'm pretty sure. I think that would be I think that would be like the right category to put that. But it was also kind of like in the line of commentary. Like, these are guys who share a very similar space when it comes to YouTube, and they can have different opinions on similar things while still coming to an overall conclusion on that, but still have very different opinions in it when you really dive deep into it. But like, yeah, that's just what's gonna happen. In the same way how like a lot of people on the right are gonna have the same opinions when it comes to like how they present their content, even though there are some that are like, when they're very loose on some ideas or they're too strict on some on ideas, they will like come bat heads, but their opinions on it are still similar in a way. So like, yeah, it would be like the same thing of like all gaming YouTubers are the same or all gaming content creators are the same. Like, yeah, they do cover similar content, but the reason you're there is for the personalities. That's what's like, the reason why you probably like these people are because of their personalities and the content they create. Like, it's two halves. It's not just one and the same. Just because two people cover the same thing doesn't mean they're going to have the same opinion on it. You're really just there for who you feel like you're more attached to when it comes to what their personality is.
Of the content of the video, no nonsense, no damn clickbait. People are going to be more likely to click on it, and therefore your video is more likely to do well. Yellow text, I blame Curtis Connor. That's who I first saw do the yellow text, and it worked for him. So I copied that, and then I copied his hair and mustache. And look at me now. I'm still just a little weird fucking guy.
It's a fucking triangle of mullet and mustaches. Like the Triforce. Once they come together, they'll be unstoppable.
You could refer to this phenomenon as the Mr. Beastification of the YouTube thumbnail. His thumbnails are pure clickability. It's his face doing the soy face that I unfortunately took part in. Sorry, everyone, sorry. Editor Noah, cut in the clip of me doing my thumbnails for this video. Yeah, there's me. You're probably wondering what the fuck is going on here. It's a formula. You follow the formula. It helps your videos out. When these thumbnails are presented outside of the context of a YouTube feed, because when they're in the YouTube feed, it's one video among a video from other creators. You click on that video because it's the most, when it's taken out of context and presented in this way, it's actually really embarrassing. Because first of all, obviously how copy and paste this format is, but secondly, and mainly, the thumbnails are not content. They're not meant to be put in a gallery. If you printed out all my thumbnails and put them on a wall, I would burn.
The best way I feel like you could describe them is they're kind of like an ad for the video itself. Like, you look on it and you're like, oh, this is probably what I'm going to get out of this video, is them talking about this situation, and you want to express the facial expression that best captures your thoughts on the opinion.
Burn down whatever house the wall was on. Obviously, there's counterexamples to this rule. There's some people that make really cool thumbnails. I like when people use artists to make their thumbnails.
Yeah, there's a lot of like people who I'll see like, at least like gaming YouTubers. I don't see a lot of like, I don't see a lot of content creators do stuff outside of that. But there's plenty of like content creators I see who like will get an artist to make their thumbnails for him. And I really like that. I think that's a really good idea. I would be a lot more into that if I could like find an artist who was willing to do it. I mean, I make my art myself, but I'm not sure if I want to dive into that just yet. I already got so much on my plate. But like, I like it when people are able to get creative with the thumbnails. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like Noah, I really like Nick, I really like Gabby. But yeah, sometimes I will look at like the thumbnails and be like, oh, it's pretty similar, but like it's not something that I like very much like focus on. Being like, oh, I wonder what the thumbnails are like. Like I really like Hassan. His thumbnails are very much similar. Like I don't think like someone's thumbnail should play that big of a part unless they're being like very misleading. Because like I said, it should be an ad for the video itself, and you don't want the ad to be misleading. You don't want your ads to like be misleading. Like if Coca-Cola did an ad, but it was really there to sell fucking guns, then like you would be like, well, this is a misleading. I clicked on this ad because I wanted to get some Coca-Cola, and now you're just got all these guns everywhere. You got all these bombs. I don't want these weapons. I want to get thirsty, and I want to drink some goddamn Coca-Cola. Like, yeah, you obviously don't want your like advertisement to be misleading, but like I don't think it should play that big of a part of criticizing one's content. I think it should be the content itself.
We will just do stylistic flair, make it cool and artsy, put some soul into the product. But every decision to do something like that or deviate from the Mr. Beastified thumbnail, this costs you money. It costs you capital C capital. And so that is the monetary incentive to...
Yeah, which I completely get. I like when content creators get a lot more artsy, get a lot more personal, but at the same time, when it comes to the large user base of YouTube and stuff like that, they very much want the whole clickbaity kind of style. That's why Mr. Beast is so popular. It's because he fits that niche that a lot of the YouTube audience wants fulfilled.
They're getting clicked on. You can imagine a dial here from artiste, not just artist, artiste, all the way to algo, slut for the algorithm. In terms of YouTube, you know, the needle's slowly, I think, moving this way because of Mr. Beast. And there's really no moral element that I want to add to that. It's just the function of the site. A trend in behavior among creators that obviously optimizes their growth, but results in horrors like this tweet where 4 people are doing the exact same thing, all hitting a trending topic at the same time, and we're clones, basically. From this context, we're clones. So I guess I say all this to say that if you're roasting us for this photo, I 100% get it. And I also agree, and that's I'm attempting to give us a little roast in this video. But I also find this really interesting because this is the first time I've seen something like this happen where YouTube content, something from YouTube, is stripped out of that context and onto Twitter. And it was kind of a culture shock to see like what we as a sort of collective commentary community, insofar as a community of creators actually exists. It's mostly just audience overlap networks. But to see this here like this, is wild to me. I don't know, wild and weird. Maybe. Alright, so next I want to talk about the sort of role and purpose of commentary content. You love us for our unique voice. You love to hear our unique perspective. Our so ha ha funny jokes. You're here to put us on the phone while you're doing laundry, while you're driving to work, while you're doing stuff in the toilet, shall we say. But that's kind of how YouTube works. It's the nature of having content long form or medium form on a phone. What I did find really interesting here was the sheer number of comments on both my video and these videos, as well as on Twitter, where people were saying that they watched all of these videos, or like 3 or 4 of the videos covering this topic from commentary creators. From the outside looking in, I could see how that sounds like absolutely insane. Just look at the thumbnails. This is all the same thing, covering the same stuff, same length roughly. But the YouTube commentary consumer is interesting in that way because it seems like they're just here for the vibes. They watch a lot of it. They binge. It's cool and normal. If you're one of these people, comment.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do?
Like the reason why I like Noah's videos is because even like I do agree on him like in a lot of stuff. I don't really think I've had like one topic where I hardly disagree with him. Like for the most part, I very much agree with his like assessment of things. But like I also stick around because I like how he carries himself in his videos. I really like the soft tone. It makes me feel like I'm getting something that I'm not getting somewhere else. And I like Nick Green's YouTube videos because of the way that he carries himself. Even if I agreed with someone with what they were saying, if I didn't like the way they were like putting themselves out there, I probably wouldn't exactly like their content. But if I was watching someone who I kind of like, I like the way that they were presenting themselves, but I didn't like what they were saying, I would also probably not watch their content. It's a combination of the two. But I feel like the thing that differentiate the people in the commentary community that we're talking about is that they're all very much different in who they are. Like Ryan Beard isn't the same as Nick is not Green, who's not the same as Noah Samsen, who's not the same as like Hassan and JD Signifier. Just because they do run in the same circle, like this is one example of them like they're all covering the same thing because it's the most trending topic. But even then, like I watched one of my favorite videos from Nick is Not Green, and when she like talks about Christian media and like stuff like that. Like he talked about the movie God Isn't Dead, and kind of talked about a lot of like media that comes from Christianity and like consumerism with Christianity, and like I can't really get that when I'm watching like Gabby Bell or Noah Samsen. They don't really cover that sort of topics. But like if I wanted to watch one of Gabby Bell's videos, one of my favorite videos that she did was like on YouTuber music. And like again, I don't think that's a subject that Noah's going to cover. It might be something that Nick covers because he also makes music, really good music by the way. Like they all, while they all might cover the same thing when it's very trendy, they all still have their very own niches. They keep them different. And like JD, I like really listen to JD because he makes a lot of content that you wouldn't really see from white commentators. And he actually, I think he would mostly be considered a video essayist, so I wouldn't say he's a commentator. But like at least with BreadTube, which like I'm pretty sure Noah has said that he would consider himself a member. I think he literally said that. I think he literally even made a video about BreadTube. But like the reason why I like watching JD Signifier is because it gives me a different perspective from what I would get from watching like Hassan, Nick, or Noah. So again, like, would I say that commentary channels are all the same? Sure, in some respect, but I wouldn't say that like they're copy paste clones overall. Like yeah, they jump on trends. That's just what YouTubers do. Like it's not anything specific to commentary channels. So like yeah, they're very similar in ways, but it's very much in the same way like gaming channels are very similar. Like and then the same way that like Mr. Beast has, it's not in the same way of like Mr. Beast, who very much has like Mr. Beast clones, like people who will make very similar content from Mr. Beast and will very much just copy him outright. But like I would not put Eric. I wouldn't put Eric in the same category as Mr. Beast. Like he might make some similar content, but I don't consider him a clone at all. He very much still makes his own type of content. But there's very much people who do just copy Mr. Beast. But, you know, it's kind of like that. Yeah, sure, there might be some people who will just straight up steal content from other creators, but with commentary channels, I don't think that's very apt, because a lot of the time, when they're talking about a very similar subject all around the same time, it's because it's just trending. And outside of that, they cover their very own stuff, their very own niches.